What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I was going to do this video in a couple of weeks, but unfortunately parts haven't rocked up for the videos I wanted to do. So today we're jumping into the Crown and I'm going to tell you guys everything wrong with it. All right, so look, the things I'm going to cover are things that are either issues with the car, things I don't like, or things that aren't completed yet. Because they're like on the list of things to do, but maybe I haven't done them yet or whatever it may be. Some things I'm not gonna fix and I'll explain why when I hit those things. So firstly, let's start on the outside of the car. One of the big things with the car is dirt flies up like crazy on my car. Like I have got the body kit, which probably helps slightly because obviously it pulls out the bottom of the car a little bit, like mud flaps essentially. But my wheel fitment is so aggressive, especially on the back, it just sprays up like all the road dirt onto the car. I'm not gonna fix that. Like I love how it fits. I love the look of my car. And if that means I need to wash it more often, so be it. Granted, around my area, they're doing a lot of road work, so it is flicking up a lot of tarmac, which is really hard to get off. But that's kind of part and parcel of the scenario I've wanted to put myself in by having wheels this aggressive. Now, I have got a list, I'm checking it twice, because I need to make sure I do hit every issue that I have found on this car. The second issue is actually still with the wheels. It's my rear tires. They are too skinny and their sidewall is too small. I don't really like them. So if you've seen photos of my car, you've seen that obviously I've got stretched tires on my 20s. The back are really, really stretched. Now, I think they've probably put them on to be conservative because of obviously how aggressive the wheels sit, but they're so stretched that actually on the inside wall of my tire, the writing has completely like rubbed off. Now, to be fair, I think that's from like ages ago when I did a burnout. I feel like it cambered right in and just rubbed on that section really badly because I mean, I've been driving on these tires for ages, and if I was just driving on in a sidewall, which I know I'm not because I've had a look under there, they would have popped. So, like, you know, it would have worn it away really quickly and they would have been cactus. So I'm running, what am I running? Two 2.5 by 20 on the front, two 4.5 30 20s on the back. I'm going to go to a 2.55 30, obviously, then that makes it a little wider, a little less stretch, and because the sidewall, that 30 is a percentage of the width, it means my sidewall is going to be ever so slightly higher as well, and the look will match more front to back. I like my fronts, they're okay, they've got a bit of stretch obviously still, but the rears just look like elastic bands. I'm all about small tires and stretch tires and stuff, but I feel like this is a bit excessive, so I am going to change that, and probably quite soon because I don't like it. I also ran those white walls a while ago, and they're gone, but they're not completely gone. So I might just, in the near future, get a full set of new tires and go over the whole thing. Now, just to cover something, when you are going new tires, if you're doing a staggered set, obviously if you're doing a square set, it's fine, but you've got to remember on the 186 with the tire deflation alarm, it goes on your ABS and your overall rolling diameter. Now, currently, I have 9.5 mil difference front to back, I think it is, overall. So that seems to still be okay. I don't have any alarms. So if you're gonna do that and you've got more than 9.5, I can't tell you you're gonna be okay. Going to a 2.55 30 instead of a 2.45 30, I think it goes to 1.2 mil difference overall diameter rear, like front to rear. So that's gonna be way better. Like it's okay that it's not giving me alarm now, but just for me mentally, knowing that my rolling diameter front and back are almost exactly the same, makes me feel a little bit more, I don't know, happy inside for my OCD. And one more on the wheels is my front wheels are not aggressive enough. The actual fitment on my front wheels, I'm not the biggest fan of. They suck in a little bit too much. I think normally they'd probably be fine, but because my rears are so aggressive, I need the fronts to be more aggressive. I think I'm running a 3 mil spacer on the front. Yeah, it's a 3 mil spacer on the front. I'm running a 7 on the Beamer. So it's a 3 mil spacer I've got on the front, and it helps because they're so wide in the front, they actually touch my suspension. So that's why I said in the fender filler fitment, only go to a certain width in the front because you will hit your suspension with the inside edge of your rim. So Because I love the rims on this, what I'm probably gonna do is just get some bolt-on spacers at a minimum. I don't really like slip-on spacers, I'm not a big fan of them. I like to have a bolt-on setup just because I know that the spacer is bolted and then the wheel is bolted. I ran bolt-on spacers on my Supra for years and never had an issue. So I'll get some hub-centric bolt-on spacers, but I think the minimum you can run with a bolt-on is like a 15 mil. And I don't know if that's too aggressive, but I have got a set of bolt-on spacers I think are the right size, hub-wise. So wow, that looks weird. So I will go and get them machined down. One of the boys at work actually has a lathe at home, so I'm gonna get him to machine it down as low as we can, and I'm hoping to get around the 12 mil mark. I think that will kind of match me front and rear a bit better. Sticking with the outside of the car, the exhaust isn't finished. Now, there's no issues with my exhaust. Axle back is stainless steel, axle forward is just like factory, but the below design body kit that I have the fog lights, the whole kit, the exhaust tips and axle back and all that kind of stuff. They actually offer a resonator delete. It's kind of a delete, it's a very small resonator that replaces that, and then a third cat delete. Which, as far as I'm aware, we don't need here because you've already got 2 cats, 1 in each header. So I do want to get those. I want to get those and complete it. 1, because I want the car to be a little bit louder, but 2, I want to show you guys what you could literally just go out and buy off the shelf from that company. I think it would be good. I haven't seen any videos on YouTube with the 186 with a full Blow Designs exhaust, so I think doing that would be very helpful to, you know, the scene. And also, again, for me, OCD, I know that I've got that full kit. I've got everything, like, you know, Dustin Williams with his Veris R35, I think he's got absolutely everything Veris you can get for it. And it's nice to have that, because then my car will be absolutely everything you can get for that Blow Designs kit. So it's like the only example that I know of in the world that has absolutely everything of it. Prove me wrong, maybe I'll do a video once I've done the exhaust and just be like, only one in the world, blah, 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 for some clickbait, you know? So the last thing for the outside is, unfortunately, when I imported the car, I think it was left outside a lot, like for a long period of time, and there is water staining on the windscreen, the windows, the back window, the chrome trims, and also my weather, like protecting shield things, whatever they're called, weather shields, rain shields, I don't know what you want to call them. And I haven't been able to get it away. I haven't been able to get rid of it. I've gone through some different polishes. I don't really want to sand anything, obviously. I can't sand glass. The windshields, rain shields, whatever we're calling them, I may be able to sand those, like, you know, like we do with the headlights. Give it like a 3000 sand just to take that real top layer off and then polish them up. I think that will work on them. But as for the glass, I'm really struggling to get rid of it. I managed to get rid of it on the car, like on the actual paintwork, because obviously I just did like a polish, a good compound polish, and a like follow up with that, and that got rid of it all. It came up really nice. But for some reason, it's not coming off the glass, it's not coming off the chrome trim. So if you've got a way that I can get rid of that, that is guaranteed, not, I put vinegar on it and it fixed it for me, like, you know, a guaranteed product or way that I can get rid of it safely, not damaging anything, please let me know in the comments, because I do really want to get rid of that. It really irks me knowing that I've got slight water staining. It's not bad, but I notice it, and yeah, it bugs me. Now, coming on to the interior, my dash isn't cracked, very happy, but the wood grain on the actual dash itself, not like on the doors and that, but on the actual dash, obviously that peeled up before I bought it, and it's kind of been like painted black, but there's like a couple of little bits that have bubbled, and it's not the greatest job, and I don't love it. I don't want to go and buy the $1,700 part to replace that, and then however much this one's going to be, probably like a couple of hundred, but I do want to, I don't know, fix it somehow. The hard thing is you've got very, very small tolerances in between the plastics and so on. So if I were to, like, say, wrap it in leather or something, the leather won't actually fit in the gaps. So I don't really know what I can do there. If you got some ideas for me, chuck it in the comments, because I would really appreciate that. I can't do Alcantara, as much as that would probably fit the fabric I use. I don't have it anywhere else in the car, so it would look silly. I would like to put the actual trim back, or like buy another one, buy like a resin sticker, kind of, you know, essentially what it is, but like, you know, to put on top. But I don't think we'd match the wood grain. If you, I know one place that do a huge variety, and I'll see what their wood grain's like, but I think unless it's exactly the same, it's gonna look weird, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you've got ideas, let me know what I could do there, because it can't look kind of like half sus. It needs to look perfect, because everything else in the car is spot on. So I don't want that to look rubbish, and I've got to look at it every single day. So it's not like you can go, oh, it's 95%, because you're gonna be looking at that 5% failure every single day you're in the car. So that would bug me. But yeah, I would appreciate if you guys have some ideas. And the last thing that I can think off the top of my head that I actually have an issue with inside the car is, you may remember in one of the feature videos I was talking about, in the center console, you've got like 2 trays, right? I've seen in someone else's Crown, one of their trays had a spring. You know, in cup holders in some cars, you like push it and it bounces out, and then you push it back in and it kind of clicks in. It was like that, but I don't have that spring. Now, I don't know how much it is. I haven't actually looked into it. I will look into it after this, because obviously the things I can fix in this list, I'm going to, just like the Supra and the E46. Whatever I can fix, I'm going to try and get the cars as perfect as possible. But yeah, if you guys have like seen that, let me know, because I don't know if it's a factory option. If you've got it in yours, please jump in the comments and let me know. And if you don't, also let me know, because then I can kind of like, you know, suss it out and go, oh, is it something, or has this guy retrofitted, or has someone previously to him who owned it retrofitted, something like that. I don't know. It's weird. It's strange that mine doesn't have it, but maybe it broke and they just went, I don't need to fix that, and just sold the car, you know what I mean? Because when I bought mine, it actually had a bunch of aftermarket stuff that I didn't like, but it came with all the factory stuff. Like, it had aftermarket sun visors with TVs in them, and like this like aftermarket DVD player and stuff. I took them all out because I like the kind of more of an OEM plus look now that I guess now that I'm older maybe, or I just like appreciate like Japanese cars for how they came to a degree. Obviously, like anyone that hears me say that and then looks at my Supra is gonna be like, liar. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't like tacky looking stuff, and that stuff looks really tacky. Like, these were really plasticky and rubbish, and I wasn't about it. So I took them out, sold them on, because I knew someone else would like them, and that's cool. That's like, that's their vibe. Like, they want that, but I wasn't about it. So I got rid of them. But yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of it, boys. I know it seems like pedantic stuff, but apart from the Beamer that has, you know, something big like an engine gearbox swap coming, it's kind of all small stuff. Oh, sorry, one more thing. The fact that the airbag system takes so long, it sucks. I am still working on that in the background, guys. I'm going to be coming up with something, but I want to integrate what my ideas into the factory system. So for example, I want the factory system to run, but maybe I will have some sort of airline system that, you know, I have an aftermarket compressor, aftermarket tank that's obviously already filled with air, and then when I want to air up, I can maybe flick a solenoid, like a switch to activate a solenoid that would make the factory air pump start pumping air into the tank, so it is doing something, and then it would open the airlines from my aftermarket like setup with the tank to pump up the airlines on each corner way quicker. I think that would work really well. And then obviously once I would generally only use it, well, I would probably only ever use it when I'm going from fully bagged out back to like normal height, because otherwise I just let the factory setup work, because it works well, the adaptive height and all that kind of thing. So I want to be able to put it back to that, so that when I'm driving around, I've still got the adaptive, you know, height controller, left, right, up, down, like rear, that kind of thing. So I don't want to just like rip it out and put it, like make it aftermarket. I want to have it all work kind of simultaneously, which I know is making it harder, and I know it's probably making it a bit more intricate, but to be fair, my trade background is I'm an electrician and I'm an instrumentation technician. So that's electrical and pretty much dealing with high pressure air. So I do that, that's my trade. That's why I kind of really want to jump into it and make something that you guys can either buy, not so much a kit, but I can explain what I've done, show you exactly what I've bought, and show you how I've installed it if you want to give it a go yourself, and not make it cost you like thousands and thousands and thousands. I want to try and keep it under $1,000 so that everyone can kind of get involved. It will still use the factory solenoids, the factory height controllers. I don't want to get rid of the factory compressor, but if your factory compressor died, you could always just use this, set your car to a height and leave it there, that kind of stuff. So it would work as not only an upgrade to your system, but a replacement to your stock compressor if your stock compressor just stopped working, which would be nice because I think they're quite expensive to buy. So if you had this and it died, you'd go, okay, I don't have adaptive anymore, but I can still go up in the air, bag it out, blah, blah, blah. But apart from that, guys, that is it. And conveniently, I just got to the gym. So that was perfect timing. I need to head in because I need to get my butt back into gear. I've been quite lazy since I've come back from the holiday. So there's everything wrong with me going to the gym. I'm not doing that video, I'm joking. But that's kind of it covered on the Crown. One more thing. The head unit, obviously, I want that to be like Apple CarPlay, but I'll figure that out at some point. I don't know when. Like I've said in previous videos, probably when those setups are completely bug-free, that's probably when I'll do it. But that's it for the video, guys. I'm gonna head in, do a workout, get home, edit this, and it's gonna be up in the morning. This is literally getting done the day before because I was holding out, hoping that parts were gonna rock up. They didn't, so you guys are getting this one early. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Please like and subscribe. It's helping the channel heaps. Like, I think, so I miscalculated. I thought we were closer to 2,000 than we were. I think I've been looking at it after night shifts, but we are in the last stretch. We're under 200 left. We're actually under 190 left. So if you can sub, if you are watching and you enjoy these videos, please hit that sub button. If you want to come back, if you're just doing it for the sake of putting a number there and you're gonna like unsub later on, don't worry about it. Like, you don't have to. Only sub if you want to hang around, you like my vibe, you like my cars, you like my videos. Be much appreciated. But apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.